a known slumlord, a predator found liable for sexual abuse, all of this while we pick apart Kamala's answers from interviews that he doesn't even have the courage to do, y'all.
So that's one of the things I said to Melania. When you get to a place when you can digest all this and you have questions, because, you don't have questions.
Please do not hand our fates over to the likes of Trump, who knows nothing about us, who has shown deep contempt for us.
What am I supposed to do with this gift? And everyone cleared out and no one would come and take the box, and I'm thinking, do we take the...
Did you know that every time Michelle Obama makes a public statement about Trump, his approval ratings take a measurable dip? It's not just coincidence. Her 65% approval rating, compared to Trump's 35%, gives her words extraordinary weight with undecided voters. While Trump posted 17 separate social media rants after her recent speech, Michelle hasn't mentioned him again. This calculated silence is actually part of a strategy that drives Trump absolutely crazy, proving the old saying that sometimes your biggest critics aren't the ones shouting, they're the ones who don't need to. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Did you know Michelle Obama has a secret weapon against Trump? While most politicians go head-to-head with the former president?
I hope you'll forgive me if I'm a little frustrated that some of us are choosing to ignore Donald Trump's gross incompetence while asking Kamala to dazzle us at every turn. Because a vote for him is a vote against us, against our health, against our worth.
Barack and I were raised with so many of the same values. Like, you work hard for what you want in life, that your word is your bond, that you do what you say you're gonna do. It was a lovely frame. There's all this protocol, so they tell you that you're gonna do this, they're gonna stand here, and never before do you get this gift, so I'm sort of like, okay.
Michelle takes a completely different approach. She doesn't even mention his name. That's not just being polite. It's psychological warfare that drives him absolutely bonkers. Michelle's recent speech at the Democratic National Convention showed exactly how she does it. When she called Trump a weak man without ever saying Donald Trump, she wasn't just throwing shade. She was teaching a masterclass in how to criticize someone while still looking like the adult in the room. While other Democrats are out there screaming, "Trump is terrible," and "lock him up." Sound familiar? Michelle Obama calmly discusses the Republican nominee, or simply my husband's successor. It's like she's talking about some random guy who isn't important enough to name. Ouch! Talk about a burn that leaves no fingerprints. Her speech carefully highlighted Trump's gross incompetence and what she called his obvious mental decline, all without ever stooping to childish insults about his appearance or making fun of his voice. See, Michelle doesn't need to call him Orange Turd or Donnie Diapers to make her point. Her criticism cuts deeper precisely because it stays above the fray. One of the most devastating moments came when Michelle suggested Trump feels threatened by the existence of two hard-working, highly educated, successful people who happen to be black. She wasn't just throwing random punches, she was calmly diagnosing his behavior pattern. Even when discussing his legal troubles and conviction, she maintained that presidential composure that Trump could only dream of having. Remember Michelle's famous phrase, "When they go low, we go high"? Turns out, going high doesn't mean saying nothing. It means criticizing in a way that makes you look dignified while making your opponent look small. It's like Michelle's found this perfect sweet spot where she can call Trump incompetent, unstable, and deeply insecure without ever seeming like she's lost her cool. And that's exactly why her approach makes Trump absolutely lose his mind. When someone screams insults at Trump, he can scream right back. That's his comfort zone. But when Michelle Obama calmly diagnoses his character flaws with the detached interest of someone studying a mildly interesting specimen under a microscope, he doesn't know what to do with that except explode. The real genius in Michelle's approach is that she's not attacking Trump's policies. She's questioning his very character. She doesn't need to call him names when she can simply point out his pattern of decisions and behaviors that reveal his weaknesses. Her critiques suggest he's fundamentally unfit, unstable, and incompetent, all while maintaining her own dignity. While Michelle maintained her composure, Trump's response revealed exactly what happens when you poke a narcissist with a sharp stick of truth. His bizarre, tangent-filled rants jumping from nasty Michelle to random complaints about household appliances weren't just embarrassing. They were a masterclass in exactly the unstable behavior she had just finished diagnosing. Remember when presidents used to respond to criticism by crafting thoughtful responses, or perhaps ignoring attacks altogether? Well, Grumpy Trumpy decided that screaming in all caps on social media was somehow the more presidential approach. It's like watching someone accidentally confirm every criticism in real time while thinking they're delivering a crushing comeback. After Michelle's speech, Trump didn't take a deep breath or consult advisors. He went straight to his phone, thumbs ablazing. His immediate reaction? Calling Michelle nasty in capital letters, because nothing says "I'm stable and presidential" like typing like your caps. Lock key is stuck in rage position. The irony here is thicker than Trump's makeup on a humid day. What's particularly telling about Trump's meltdown wasn't just the name-calling, it was the bizarre detours his rants took. One minute he was fuming about Michelle, the next he was inexplicably complaining about low shower pressure and hamburger prices. It's the digital equivalent of someone in an argument suddenly screaming about how much they hate Tuesdays. These random tangents aren't just weird, they're actually a classic sign of someone who feels completely cornered by criticism they can't rationally counter. The situation inside Mar-a-Lago apparently got so tense that staff reportedly had to hide the ketchup bottles, a reference to Trump's known habit of throwing things when he gets angry. Imagine working somewhere where condiment security protocols are a real thing. Quick, he's seen Michelle on TV again. Secure the mustard and move all porcelain objects to the safe room. There's also Trump's predictable pattern that's become almost comical to observe. Right before he launches into a vicious attack, he almost always claims, "I've always been nice" to whoever he's about to verbally assault. It's his tell like a poker player who touches their ear before bluffing. "I've always been so nice to Michelle," he'll claim, right before typing a paragraph that would make a sailor blush. What's most revealing is that Trump's entire response focused exclusively on his feelings rather than addressing any substantive criticism. There was no defense of policies or accomplishments, just wounded ego splattered across social media. Michelle talked about leadership qualities and fitness for office. Trump responded with what essentially amounts to, "She was mean to me," followed by an incoherent word salad about household appliances. The contrast couldn't be more stark. Michelle delivers a measured critique about presidential temperament without even saying Trump's name, and Trump responds by demonstrating exactly the lack of temperament she described. It's like someone being accused of having anger issues and responding by punching a hole in the wall while screaming, "I am completely calm." This contrast between Obama's wall-punching tantrums whenever Michelle speaks reveals something far deeper than just political disagreement. When someone with a 65% approval rating speaks while you're struggling at 35%, it's not just criticism, it's an existential crisis. Trump's obsession with the Obamas goes way beyond normal political rivalry. And the reason exposes the sad, empty core behind all those capital letter tweets. Let's be honest, Michelle Obama is living her best life since leaving the White House. Her memoir Becoming sold over 10 million copies worldwide. Meanwhile, Trump's ghostwritten books mostly collect dust except when he's signing them at overpriced fundraisers. She and Barack signed a $50 million Netflix deal to make shows people actually want to watch. Trump? He's stuck recycling the same angry speeches to dwindling crowds while hawking gold-plated sneakers that look like they were designed by a Vegas casino on a bender. This post-presidency success gap drives Trump absolutely bonkers. While Michelle cultivates a global audience through thoughtful storytelling and authentic connection, Trump desperately tries to maintain relevance through increasingly unhinged social media posts. It's like watching someone with a megaphone screaming, "Look at me!" while everyone's already focused on the quiet person across the room. But the most brutal part of Michelle's approach? After delivering a perfectly crafted critique, she simply walks away. No Twitter wars, no angry rebuttals, no endless back and forth. She drops her truth bomb and moves on with her fabulous life, leaving Trump frantically swinging at shadows. For a man who measures his worth by the attention he receives, Michelle's refusal to engage in his playground antics is psychological torture. It's the political equivalent of, "I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed." And we all know that hits way harder. Trump's fixation on the Obamas has deep roots, most notably in his disgraceful leadership of the birther movement. This wasn't just political theater, it was, as Michelle wrote in her memoir, a bigoted attempt to delegitimize America's first black president. She revealed she would never forgive Trump for pushing those conspiracy theories, noting they put her family's safety at risk. When someone says they'll never forgive you, that's usually a sign you've crossed a serious line, but for Trump it was just Tuesday. What's fascinating is how Trump's reactions to Michelle exemplify exactly what she criticized him for. She pointed out that he seems threatened by the existence of two hardworking, highly educated, successful people who happen to be black. And like clockwork, his responses consistently confirm her assessment. When someone diagnoses your insecurity, and your immediate reaction is to display that exact insecurity, you might want to find a good therapist instead of running for president. Psychologists suggest Trump's disproportionate reactions to criticism from successful women and black individuals stem from his deep-seated insecurities and constant need for validation. Michelle's composed demeanor directly challenges his fragile self-image, triggering outbursts that reveal far more about him than about her. Every time he melts down after she speaks, he inadvertently confirms her critique of his character. And that's the real genius of Michelle Obama's approach. Her power move isn't just dropping truth bombs about Trump, it's calmly walking away afterward, leaving him to scream into his phone at 3 a.m. while she sleeps peacefully. Political analysts have noted that her composed critiques resonate more with the public precisely because she doesn't stick around for the mudslinging aftermath. It's like watching a masterclass in dealing with bullies. Michelle represents leadership with dignity and composure, while Trump offers chaos and unhinged responses. She continues advocating for education and women's empowerment, while he's busy typing angry all-caps posts about whatever Fox News told him to be mad about this morning. In this epic battle of composure versus chaos, Michelle isn't just winning, she's showing us all how to deal with the angry orange turd in our lives. Sometimes the most devastating response isn't fighting back, it's showing them they don't deserve your energy in the first place.